Hey YouTube, today I'm doing a video on how to set up the minim OSD for your Ardu Mega. So you can use this tutorial for the Copter or the Mega, it doesn't really matter, or the Ardu Plane or Ardu Rover, it doesn't really matter. So first things first, there's stuff you'll need, and if you haven't got it already then I'll tell you what you need to buy. So obviously you need the minim OSD, which you can buy off of the DIY Jones website, although they're a bit pricey considering what they're supplying, or you can go to a website called RC Timer and get one from them. They all work, they're all pretty much the same thing. The only difference is if you buy the cheap ones off of eBay, they'll often burn out, so you want to go for an RC Timer or DIY. So once you've got one of those, you'll then need one of these red things. It is a FTDI programmer. Now, with the minim OSD, you can either use the Hobby King programmer or an FTDI programmer, but the Hobby King programmer requires soldering, and personally, I didn't find it particularly reliable, so I just used an FTDI. And if you get this specific one that I'm showing here, its pins are laid out exactly for the minim OSD, so literally you plug it in and it works straight away. But on some other FTDI programmers, they've only got 4 pins, and the problem with that is the minim OSD requires all the pins, so you'll get problems with programming and you have to start making jumper cables and stuff. Not pretty, so get one of these. So once you've got one of these and you plugged it in, it'll tell you what your COM port is on your computer. So on my computer, go to ports, and there it is, COM port 16. So with that connected, I then go to this program. So this program you'll download from the mavlink instructions. I'll also put a link in the bottom for you. But here you go, ArduCam OSD, and then download section. You can download this and the firmware, etc. Once you've downloaded it and unzipped it, you'll have this. So opened up, it'll then ask you for the COM port. In my case, I'd select the COM port that my minim OSD is connected to. At the moment in time, it's not connected via USB for the video output. But basically, what it'll do is it'll bring up to when you click and plug it in, you click read from OSD. It'll just bring up a little button that says successfully read, and then you'll have this panel and this panel. So they're kind of showing the before and afters. So what you'll do is you can change things, like pretty much untick it if you don't want it, tick it if you do want it, and you drag it around for its positioning. So there, I've dragged it over there and I'll drag it back. Once you have them laid out as you want them laid out, and there's no particular way to do it, you just click Save Current tab to OSD, and then it'll save this one as the window you see when you're flying. So once that's saved, you want to check everything worked. So I will now power up my minim OSD. So the first thing you'll do is you'll power up the main board, the Ardu Mega that it's connected to. You want to do that before you power up the OSD, just for safety really, and stop things going wrong. So once that's connected, grab the battery for the transmitter, and voila, it's now powered up. I'll just show you it booting up quickly. So power off, power on, and it should boot up. There you go. So that's it booting up and requesting data streams. And once it's booted up, this is what you'll see. Now for me, it's actually connected in parallel with the mavlink, so it won't do anything until I connect the mavlink, because it's only using 3 pins out of the 4 it would normally use. So I have to connect the mavlink, which isn't working at the moment for some reason. Give me a moment. I have no idea what's going wrong. Well, I don't know. Okay, it's alive. So all I did was I disconnected the minim OSD and then connected to mavlink and then reconnected the minim OSD, and it's working. And you see you've got all your data values here. So this is throttle percentage, this is your airspeed. Unfortunately, I didn't see a way to change between kilometers and miles per hour. This is battery percentage and stuff, and as you can see it's not working because I don't have a sensor. so got to remove that. And this one, the CA, is current draw. Again, that's not going to do anything. Got your satellites, so I have 7 satellites at the moment apparently. Good to know. And I've got a satellite lock. It also tells me my GPS coordinates and what flight mode I'm in. So if I go to my radio, power that up, and change the flight modes, it should theoretically, there you go, change what flight mode I'm in. And you see the actual arrows change depending on. So the left arrow is the waypoints. So in stabilized there's no waypoint at all. Actually no, it'll tell you where the waypoint is, but it won't do anything else. Then when you go into return to launch, it should point in the same direction as your heading arrow, because it's not actually flying anywhere. Yeah, disarmed and armed. You've also got your angle of tilt, and in the top right this blinking thing is Mavlink heartbeats. So yes, all working. But one thing I will do is remove the current sensor and the voltage, and I'll demonstrate that now. So disconnecting power to the system and disconnecting the video link so that I can reconnect the FTDI. Gone. Connect the FTDI. That's now connected, and we should have life on here. So what I'll do is I'll simply untick current and untick battery percentage and click save current tab, and there you go, it's now saved. Now let's reconnect the minim OSD and the video. So reconnecting video, telling this thing that the video is reconnected. It's a bit of a pain in the bum, but it'll be done. Doodly-yum. That's connected. Now for power to the Mavlink and power to the video. Requesting data streams. And we have life. I'll have to reconnect the Mavlink, which will be annoying. Oh no, it's alive, it's working. Just have that reconnect and then everything should suddenly spring to life. And there we go. Life. Now, I mean, there's a few things to note. For one, the video's being cut off a bit. Unfortunately, I don't know why it's decided to do that. It may just be the program I'm using itself rather than the transmission. So if I change the video to say NTSC, see what that does. There we go, things fit on the screen now. So of course I'll have to move some stuff, but otherwise it's working. And thanks for watching. I appreciate the views, and
what you have, if you've got Mavlink as well, is 3 pins. You have RX, which is the yellow one, you have 5 volts, and you have ground. This goes into this plug here, and it is the 3 pins on the right, so the first one would be RX, then 5 volt, then ground.